question of the day: what is your favorite series of games? Now, it could be something that's less related, basically just a numerical system or a naming system, or it could be something that's totally a system. Or what's your favorite expandalone expansion? What that means is it's something that you would look at and think is an expansion, but actually you can play it without the main game. So something like the Funko games. And today we're talking about Chronicles of Crime 1400. There are 3 of these era ones coming out: Chronicles of Crime 1400, 1900, and 2400, all separated obviously by 500 years. And so you're telling the story through time, which is what we're going to look at today. Chronicles of Crime 1900. You don't need the original Chronicles of Crime to play this. Now, you'll appreciate it more, and especially if you have the little glasses, you can do the look around thing, but you don't have to have it. You can get just this box and dip your toe into the Chronicles of Crime water. So let's take a look at 1400, what it offers, what it does different, what it brings to the table right now. So this is Chronicles of Crime 1400, the first in the Millennium series. Now I'm going to show you what's inside of here because nothing in this box is a spoiler. That's the beautiful system about Chronicles of Crime. Now, if you know, you download the app and you're going to use QR codes in your camera to shoot at different things on the cards, and you'll ask this person about this person, or this person about this item, or this person about, you know, whatever. And so it's a crime investigative game, but I'm going to open this up. I just didn't want some of you to freak out before I opened it because, you know, it may look like a spoiler being that it's a crime game, but the mystery is in the app. The mystery is not in the components. So we're going to take a look right now at what's in this one. So this is what comes in Chronicles of Crime 1400. You get this board in which you're going to place your clues. You get all the different items. I'm not going to show you the key items. That's the only thing that could be considered a spoiler. You get the characters, which, by the way, could be anybody. That's the beauty of the Chronicles of Crime system. Now, granted, you're playing mission after mission after mission versus being completely unrelated in this one. So there's the dog right here as well, which is pretty great. The dog allows you to ask, you can go to the dog and get it to scan. Maybe you can have the dog sniff a bottle, and maybe he can take you to the person that dropped a bottle, all sorts of things like that. You also get these vision cards. You have some sort of a visionary ability where you can see certain events, if they're in the future, the past, or things to come. And so these will give you clues about where to go. Now, me showing you this doesn't actually give you a clue or what to do right now, which is what's pretty great about this. You also get new locations, and here's what's great. This is a standalone game. So look, my phone is actually trying to read those right now. It's a standalone game, so it doesn't really matter as far as owning the original or not. This is all you need. This is all it comes with, but the different missions are in the app. So as you normally do, you're going to be scanning locations. You know, you'll scan this location to go to a location. It'll ask you what's there if you want to go there, and then it'll pop up and tell you who's there. So then you'll take, you know, maybe person number 1 and number 13, maybe they're at this location, and so you'll actually have them be at the location. You can ask him about her, or ask him about, you know, the mystery, or ask him about whatever. You can do all sorts of things like that. You also have your family. Your family is, you've got a monk, a merchant, and a spy. He's an expert on written materials, an expert on items, and an expert on people. And they are very useful. Don't forget to use them. So that is what comes in this. There are several missions involved already with 1400, but this is a really cool era for Chronicles of Crime. So that's Chronicles of Crime 1400. First and foremost, let me talk about the differences between this set and then the original. I love the fact that you have your dog. I think the setting is great. The fact that you're in the past. You can't pick up a cell phone. You can't call. You can't examine computers and stuff like that. You're in 1400s France. I know that the Assassin's Creed games were set in Italy, but or I think right, Ezio, I don't know. Yeah, in Italy. This is cool though because it's 1400s, that Renaissance era France, and you're going around and you're doing the things and technology that would matter then. And we're not going to spoil the story, obviously, that would be silly. But what we are going to talk about is a couple of the mechanical changes. I love the vision cards, that you're some sort of paladin who gets these visions, and you are seeking, you know, what, okay, maybe this picture gives me a hint where I can go. And I love how the visions give you a hint, just enough to know, okay, I need to go this direction. I need to do this with this thing. The prophecies, or whatever they're called, I can't remember, the visions are really great for that. I love the dog. I think the dog mechanic is one of the best in the series, period. The fact that you can have your dog sniff out something and go find it. It really is intuitive. It works. It makes sense to have a dog who can track. I'd like to see that in 1900s too. You know, I'm sure there'll be new stuff there, but that to me is one of the coolest single mechanic changes that they've done, is having this resource that you can give items to go and do things for you. I love it because you can't overuse it, you can't abuse it, you can use it in a thoughtful, smart way, but it's so good. I really, really love that mechanic. So the dog is great. Well, let's talk about some detractors. First and foremost, there is a Chronicles of Crime fatigue that sets in mid-game, and I don't mean that as a knock against the series. I mean, literally, you do get tired of going scan here, scan here, scan here, scan here. What I recommend is if you're going to play it one player, slow down. Don't just immediately just scan, 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 scan. Then it becomes like a search puzzle, a find this puzzle, and it's no fun. If you're playing in a group, make sure you're passing around that scanner to let other people do it and take a minute, talk about what you've been given instead of like, oh, let's do this and this, have him check that, no, have him check that, no, have him check that. Because you really do lose some, and that's a problem inherent with the game. Now don't hear that as me just patting it on the back saying, oh, excuses. That is an inherent problem of the game, is that you do have to continue scanning thing after thing after thing to get the information, but the thing is, you don't have to do it at such a breakneck pace to where it becomes all-encompassing and you just don't even care anymore. Because it's easy to go scan, 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 scan. Oh, geez, we're stuck. Are you done? I'm done. It gets boring at times if you do that, if you rush it. Instead of treating it like any other escape room style game or crime style game to where you actually have to think through the details, right? Think through the puzzles. So my suggestion is slow down a little bit to really kind of make it work. Because again, that scanning, scan, 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 scan does get old if you rush. If you slow down, it actually feels paced out. So I really like this one. I like this setting the best of any that has come out so far. I like the past. I like the fact that you're dealing with the Middle Ages. I like the fact that you have the dog, the visions. To me, this one really encompasses. The only thing that breaks it, obviously, is holding a phone while talking about things in the 1400s. Again, that's not so much of a thing because it's not cognitive dissonance and, well, I'm holding a phone, but it's the 1400s. You as a player are holding a phone. You as a paladin are not. So to me, this is the best one of the series that have come out, whether it be Red View or whether it be Noir. I really like Noir as well, but this one to me is the top just because how it tweaks it enough to really feel like you're in the Middle Ages. It doesn't feel like time stories where you're from the future going back into the Middle Ages. It feels like you're in the Middle Ages, and they've done a really good job of that. So if you're on the fence if you don't like Chronicles of Crime, this one won't change your mind. It's the same system with some added stuff. It's not going to make you go, oh, I instantly want to play this now. If you do like Chronicles of Crime, 100% must buy. This is a must buy. If you're on the fence and you somewhat like Chronicles of Crime, but you didn't, you're not always had the best experience, try this one. I promise you, you're going to enjoy this one more just because the setting and story and stuff. Now, it gives you a little warning about there's some graphic content. Just be smart with what you do, who you play it with, etc. It's not over the top or anything like that. You can look through all the cards and see that there's nothing you're going to visually see, so it's all descriptions of things that happen, obviously. But just know that it is a mature theme. There's murder and things like that, obviously, but really fun game. If you're on the fence, get this one. If you love Chronicles of Crime, 100% go get this one. If you don't like Chronicles of Crime, this is a pass already for you. It's not going to change your opinion. It's not like Valhalla, which changed, Champions in Midgard, and you go, oh, we'll have to have this now. It's not like that. So make sure to go check this out. I'm Bryan Drake here on the Dice Tower. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, etc. at Dice Tower Bryan. Until then, we'll see you.